the auto plants of America, United Automobile Workers, CIO, here at Camp Atterbury, Indiana, making the grade as temporary Army men. UAW workers, men with production battle stations on the assembly lines of America's #1 arsenal, now pouring out weapons and equipment for our fighting troops. They wanted action out in the field with a real outfit, wanted to meet the boys, drill with them, talk with them, live with them under actual training conditions. That meant going subject to strict Army rules and regulations, as soldiers in uniform. Their request was approved by Undersecretary of War Robert P. Patterson, who sent it on to Major General Frank W. Milburn, commanding general of the tough 83rd Infantry Division. Nearly 300 auto workers accepted this special wartime mission, were met by members of the 83rd and 92nd, and taken in military trucks to Camp Atterbury. Medical exam for temporary induction into the Army. Each man was outfitted for full field duty. Some of these automobile workers had served under fire at San Miguel and the Argonne, had sons and kid brothers in Guadalcanal and North Africa. Today they were rookies again. There was time for only 2.5 days of basic training. It had to be quick and to the point. It was. Under the expert guidance of officers and non-coms, UAW soldiers learned the grim tactics of the charge with fixed bayonet. Precision marksmanship. Bad medicine for Japs and Nazis when American fingers pull the trigger. Not easy crossing a swinging bridge like this on the double. Dodging blasts of dynamite. Americans like to play fair, give the other fellow a chance. But that's not the way the game is being played by the boys on the Axis team. On the front, it's done with knives and brass knuckles and no holds barred. But this is the general idea. UAW doughboys didn't duck out on camp etiquette. They learned the GI fold for a blanket, manicured the chow china, and this one tried solving a trick the Army borrowed from the Indians. Wrap a prisoner's legs around a pole like this, and the harder he struggles, the tighter he's stuck. It's been worked with trees, too, in the Solomons. Ask the Marines. Production soldiers found out through actual experience the kind of Army they're equipping, learned how urgently this equipment is needed. And now, back once more in the shops, UAW production soldiers wanted the soldiers of the line to return their call. Get a behind-the-scenes view of the Detroit arsenal, where tanks and tank destroyers, jeeps and trucks and half-tracks, planes and guns and ammunition are rolling off America's greatest assembly line. Yes, and to see that the words "made in Detroit" mean made for victory. Permission to visit the converted auto plants as guests of the United Automobile Workers was granted to 80 non-commissioned officers from Camp Atterbury. With their former camp buddies as guides, they set out for a look-see. General Lee tanks, the deadly fast M5s that kept Rommel on the run, taking the place of Cadillacs that used to come off this line. Look them over. The same M5s showing their speed on the proving ground. Here at Packard, Rolls-Royce motors for the P-40 Warhawks, Marine motors for Navy PT Subkillers, General Sherman medium tanks at Chrysler, Willow Run, where the B-24 Liberator bombers are born. For this, and this. Weapons and equipment produced by the toil and sweat and ingenuity of American labor. Hitler's slave labor also works with soldiers present. Soldiers with guns at their backs.
They're building a real tough fighting outfit here at Camp Atterbury. This war is going to be won with plenty of guts and plenty of sweat. The boys in the armed services have plenty of guts, and we on the production front have got to give them plenty of sweat to back them up.
Soldiers of the line and soldiers of production found they both talked the same language, shared the same single aim, to bring this war to an end with all possible speed, to keep America free